Today, we're diving into the heart of Italian comfort food with a classic spaghetti bolognese, a dish that's pure warmth and nostalgia in every bite. Imagine a bowl that feels like a hug from Nonna herself, brimming with rich savory flavors, and the kind of love that only comes from a home-cooked meal. Forget those jarred sauces from the supermarket. Today we're building a deep, slow-cooked ragu from scratch. This is the kind of sauce that simmers for hours, filling your kitchen with the irresistible aroma of tomatoes, herbs, and tender meat. It's a recipe that transports you straight to the cobblestone streets of Bologna, where every family has their own secret twist. The magic starts with patience, gently coaxing sweetness from onions, carrots, and celery, then browning the meat until it's packed with flavor. Each step is about layering taste, letting the ingredients slowly meld together into a thick, luscious sauce that clings to every strand of pasta. This isn't just cooking, it's a ritual, a celebration of simple ingredients coming together in harmony. As the sauce simmers away, your home transforms. The air fills with the mouth-watering scent of simmering tomatoes, garlic, and wine. A Sunday masterpiece in the making. It's the kind of aroma that draws everyone to the kitchen, eager for a taste and a story. Don't worry if you've never made bolognese from scratch before. I'll be right here, guiding you through each step, from chopping the vegetables to perfecting the simmer. Whether you're a seasoned cook or a total beginner, you'll find this recipe approachable and rewarding. Once you master this dish, you'll have a skill for life, a go-to recipe that brings people together. There's nothing quite like seeing friends and family gather around the table, sharing stories and laughter over a steaming plate of pasta. It's a dish that creates memories and traditions. While we're sticking to the classic foundation, remember that cooking is about making it your own. Maybe you'll add a splash of red wine, a pinch of nutmeg, or a handful of fresh basil. The beauty of bolognese is that it welcomes your creativity, allowing you to put your personal stamp on a beloved tradition. Let's honor the generations of Italian cooks who came before us by creating a sauce packed with love, patience, and deep layered flavor. Taste as you go, adjust the seasoning, and don't rush the process. Good things take time, and this sauce is worth every minute. So grab your apron, gather your ingredients, and get ready to embark on a culinary journey. Together, we'll make the best bolognese of your life, one that you'll be proud to share with everyone you love. Because in the end, spaghetti bolognese is more than just dinner. It's an experience, a celebration, and a memory waiting to be made. Let's get started. Before we cook, let's get our ingredients sorted. Quality matters. Simple, honest ingredients make all the difference. For the base, 2 onions, 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks, our Italian sofrito. Add 4 garlic cloves, fresh basil, 500 g each of beef and pork mince, and 150 g smoked pancetta. You'll need red wine, 2 tins of chopped tomatoes, tomato puree, 500 milliliters stock, and a splash of milk. For serving spaghetti and parmesan, olive oil, salt, and pepper are essentials. Lay everything out before you start. Mise en place makes cooking smooth and fun. Ready? Let's turn these humble ingredients into something magnificent. Let's begin our journey with the sofrito, the true heart and soul of a classic bolognese. This humble trio of vegetables is where the magic starts, laying down a foundation of flavor that will carry through every bite of the finished dish. In Italian cooking, sofrito is more than just an ingredient. It's a tradition, a ritual, and the first step in building something extraordinary from simple beginnings. Take your time to finely chop onions, carrots, and celery. The smaller the dice, the better. They'll almost disappear into the sauce, lending sweetness and depth without ever standing out. This careful preparation is what gives the bolognese its signature texture and subtle complexity. Next, slice a few cloves of garlic. Set them aside for now. We'll add them later so their flavor doesn't overpower the delicate vegetables. Garlic is a supporting player here, not the star. Drizzle a generous glug of good olive oil into a heavy-bottomed pan and set it over medium-low heat. Once the oil shimmers, add your chopped vegetables with a pinch of salt and freshly ground black pepper. The salt will help draw out their moisture, coaxing out their natural sweetness. Now let the vegetables cook gently for 15 to 20 minutes, stirring every so often. This isn't a step to rush. Patience here pays off. As they soften, the onions become translucent, the carrots sweeten, and the celery melts into the mix, creating a harmonious base. Remember, you're not looking to brown the vegetables. Instead, you want them to sweat and soften, releasing their flavors slowly and gently. This is what gives the sauce its mellow, rounded taste. When the vegetables are nearly done, it's time to add the sliced garlic and diced pancetta. Stir them in and let everything cook together for a couple more minutes. The garlic will become fragrant and the pancetta will start to render its fat, infusing the sofrito with a savory richness. At this point, your kitchen should be filled with an irresistible aroma, a promise of the delicious meal to come. The scent of vegetables, garlic and pancetta mingling together is truly the essence of Italian comfort food. This rich, aromatic base is the foundation of a proper Bolognese. Every great sauce starts here with patience and care. Take your time. Let the flavors develop fully. This step sets the stage for everything that follows, ensuring your Bolognese will be layered, complex, and deeply satisfying. Once your sofrito is soft, fragrant, and glistening, you're ready to move on to the next layer of flavor. Let's continue our journey and see how this symphony of vegetables transforms into a classic Bolognese. Now comes a crucial moment in building our Bolognese, the addition of the meat. Start with high-quality beef, ideally with a bit of fat for flavor and juiciness. The beef forms the backbone of the sauce, giving it that hearty, savory depth we all crave in a classic ragu. But don't stop there. For true richness and complexity, add minced pork alongside the beef. Pork brings a subtle sweetness and a silkier texture, balancing the robust flavor of the beef. Combining both meats is a traditional touch that elevates the sauce to something truly special. Turn up the heat to medium-high and add your mince to the sofrito, the aromatic base of onions, carrots, and celery. As the meat hits the pan, use a wooden spoon to break it up, ensuring it browns evenly and mixes thoroughly with the vegetables. This step is all about building flavor from the ground up. Take your time here. Let the meat cook until every bit of pink is gone, and you start to see those irresistible crispy brown bits forming on the bottom of the pan. These caramelized pieces are packed with umami and will infuse the sauce with a deep, savory complexity. Now, it's time for a splash of red wine. Pour in a generous glass, letting it sizzle as it hits the hot pan. Use your spoon to scrape up all those caramelized bits stuck to the bottom. This is where so much of the flavor lives. The wine not only deglazes the pan, but also adds acidity and depth, balancing the richness of the meat. Allow the wine to bubble and reduce by about half. This cooks off the harsh alcohol, leaving behind a subtle fruitiness and a more concentrated flavor. Be patient. This reduction is key to a well-rounded sauce. Next, stir in a generous spoonful of tomato puree. Let it cook for a minute or two, allowing the tomato to caramelize slightly and deepen in color. This step intensifies the sauce's flavor, giving it a rich, almost jammy undertone that will carry through to the finished dish. Now add chopped tomatoes for freshness and a splash of stock to loosen the mixture and add savory notes. Finally, pour in a little milk. This might seem unusual, but it's a classic trick. The milk softens the acidity of the tomatoes and helps tenderize the meat, resulting in a sauce that's both creamy and incredibly tender. Give everything a good stir, making sure all the ingredients are well combined. The sauce should already be looking hearty and inviting, with a beautiful rich color and a thick, luscious texture. Remember, each ingredient and every step adds another layer of flavor. This is what makes a great Bolognese: patience and attention to detail, letting each element shine and contribute to the final result. Take a moment to breathe in the aroma. The sauce should already smell incredible, rich, savory, and full of promise. This is the point where anticipation really starts to build. Now, lower the heat and let the sauce come to a gentle simmer. This is where the magic truly begins. The flavors will meld and deepen as the sauce cooks slowly, transforming simple ingredients into something extraordinary. Cover the pot, leaving the lid slightly ajar, and let it simmer away. Don't rush this step. Good things take time. The longer it cooks, the more delicious and complex your Bolognese will become. Now, the most important part, the slow simmer. Let your sauce bubble gently for at least 2 hours, longer if you can. Keep the lid slightly ajar so it thickens, stirring every 20-30 minutes. The aroma will fill your home. This is true comfort cooking. After 2 hours, check the sauce. It should be thick, rich, and dark. Taste and adjust seasoning with salt and pepper. If it's too thick, add a splash of water. If too thin, simmer uncovered to reduce. The final sauce should coat the back of a spoon. Just before serving, stir in most of your fresh basil. Your ragu is ready. A thing of beauty. Let's get the pasta on. Time for the spaghetti, cooked perfectly al dente. Fill a large pot with water, bring to a rolling boil, and salt it generously. Add spaghetti, stir to prevent sticking, and cook until just tender with a slight bite. Taste the strand a minute before the package says it's done. Before draining, reserve a cup of starchy pasta water. This is key for a silky sauce. Drain the pasta but don't rinse it. You want that starch to help the sauce cling. Perfect pasta is the foundation for a great bolognese. Don't overcook, keep it firm. Now let's bring everything together. The finish line is in sight. Time to unite sauce and pasta for the ultimate bolognese. Add drained spaghetti to the saucepan, pour in most of the sauce, and a splash of pasta water. Toss vigorously over medium heat until every strand is coated and glossy. Add more pasta water if needed for a silky, saucy finish. Taste and adjust seasoning one last time. The pasta and sauce should be perfectly married. Not dry, not soupy. Serve in warm bowls for the best experience. Spoon extra sauce on top for those meaty bites. Rustic, inviting, and ready to eat. This is the moment you've worked for. Let's serve it up. The grand finale. Time to garnish and enjoy. Grate plenty of parmesan over each bowl. Don't hold back. Tear over fresh basil leaves for color and fragrance. A drizzle of extra virgin olive oil adds a final touch. Carry your bowls to the table with pride. This is food to share and celebrate. You've turned simple ingredients into something special. Cooking is about joy, sharing, and making memories. Pass this recipe on, get friends involved, and keep the tradition alive. Tuck in and savor every bite. You've earned it. Cheers and happy cooking.